You're standing in your kitchen holding an egg, and for the 10th time this month, you're wondering whether this will damage your heart or help your body. Maybe you've been eating eggs every morning for years, or maybe you stopped eating them decades ago after your doctor warned you they were dangerous. In any case, you're about to learn something that will change your life. Consider this basic food indefinitely. Here is the truth. The answer is not the same for anyone. Your age, blood sugar levels, and what you eat with those eggs all influence whether they are beneficial or detrimental to your health. I've spent years analyzing nutrition studies from Harvard Medical School, the Mayo Clinic, and the National Institutes of Health, NIH. What I uncovered may shock you. The typical counsel you've been following may be utterly inappropriate for your particular scenario. Some people can consume 2 eggs per day and minimize their chances of dying from heart disease. Others, including you, may be unknowingly raising their diabetes risk by eating just 1 egg each day. The discrepancy is due to 3 things that most people do not consider, as well as the risky part. You may feel absolutely well right now, but your body is already displaying warning signs that cannot be seen without the proper testing. Before we get into the specific numbers backed up by research, I want to make sure you're receiving the full picture from reliable sources. If you're new here, click the subscribe button and enable notifications to ensure you don't miss out on science-backed health information that is important to your life. Leave a comment below and tell us where you're watching from. I enjoy communicating with viewers from all over the world. Now, let's look at what the study actually says regarding eggs and your health. Everything I'm about to say stems directly from peer-reviewed research. These are neither opinions nor trends. These are the conclusions of studies that followed hundreds of thousands of people across decades. For more than 20 years, Harvard Medical School tracked over 200,000 people. The Mayo Clinic conducted thorough analysis of these data. The National Institutes of Health published research on people from multiple continents. What they discovered was challenging, as was much of what we were taught about eggs and cholesterol. But here's what matters most to you. Everything fluctuates depending on your present health level. Are you more over 60 years old? This affects the advice. Do you have diabetes or prediabetes? A different answer. Is your cholesterol currently high? The safe number changes again. Do you exercise often and eat largely whole foods? That is also important. Consider your liver to be a factory that produces approximately 1,000 milligrams of cholesterol per day. Most people get around 185 milligrams of cholesterol from 1 egg. When you consume more cholesterol, your liver simply produces less and the system regulates itself, but this is not true for everyone. Some folks have a system that does not adapt well. Their liver continues to produce high levels of cholesterol even when they consume it through diet. This is where troubles start. Age has an impact on this as well. Research indicates that persons above the age of 65, dietary cholesterol is processed differently than in younger adults. Food cholesterol has less of an effect on their blood cholesterol levels. This is why the safe quantity of eggs varies as you age. One thing is certain from the scientific evidence. There is no single answer that works for everyone. What we should look at are the various groupings of people and what the research reveals about each one. Let's start with healthy folks under the age of 65 who have normal cholesterol and no diabetes. If this describes you, the findings are reassuring. According to the Mayo Clinic, most healthy persons can consume up to 7 eggs each week without negatively impacting their heart health. According to Harvard Medical School research, eating one egg per day appears to be healthy for the majority of people and does not increase the risk of heart disease. A detailed review. The 2020 publication reviewed data from numerous research involving around 215,000 people. The researchers discovered that eating up to one egg per day had no significant relationship with coronary heart disease or stroke in the general population. What makes eggs valuable? One egg has 6 grams of complete protein, which includes all 9 essential amino acids that your body cannot produce on its own. Eggs have nearly no carbohydrates, making them ideal for people who need to manage their blood sugar. But the true nutritional star of an egg is choline. The brain requires choline to generate acetylcholine. One big egg containing a chemical messenger that is involved in memory and muscular control contains roughly 147 milligrams of choline, which is about 27% of the daily recommended dose for adults. According to research, over 90% of Americans do not consume enough choline in their diets. Eggs are one of the most concentrated and economical sources of this vitamin. Eggs contain lutein and zeaxanthin, 2 antioxidants concentrate in your eyes. According to research, these molecules may protect against age-related macular degeneration, which is the primary cause of blindness in persons over 60. Your body absorbs these antioxidants more effectively from eggs than from plants. According to one study, eating one egg every day for 5 weeks elevated blood levels of lutein by 26% and xanthin by 38% in older persons. According to current evidence from major research organizations, 1 egg per day or 7 per week appears to be safe for healthy persons. If you are over 65, the suggestions become more generous rather than restrictive. This surprises many individuals, yet evidence supports it. According to Cleveland Clinic nutrition specialists, persons over the age of 65 who have appropriate cholesterol levels can safely consume up to 2 whole eggs each day. Why? Because research indicates that cholesterol from meals impacts blood cholesterol levels less in elderly persons than in younger people. This is crucial because, as we age, we often consume less overall, but our protein requirements grow. Older people require extra protein to maintain muscular mass and strength. Sarcopenia, or loss of muscle mass, is a serious health problem for seniors since it raises the risk of falling and impairs independence. In 2025, a study published in the journal Nutrients evaluated 8,756 persons over the age of 70. Researchers discovered that those who ate eggs 1 to 6 times per week had a 29% lower risk of cardiovascular disease-related death than those who ate eggs infrequently or never. The same study found significantly stronger advantages when eggs were included in a high-quality diet. Older persons with moderate to high diet quality who consumed eggs on a regular basis had a 33 to 44% decreased risk of dying from cardiovascular disease. The key word there is high-quality diet. These seniors did not eat eggs with processed meats, fried dishes, or refined carbohydrates every day. Eggs are beneficial to seniors in ways other than protein. They are one of the few naturally occurring sources of vitamin D, which becomes increasingly vital as we age. Vitamin D improves calcium absorption for bone health and boosts immunological function. 2 eggs contain around 82% of the daily required vitamin D consumption, 49% of folate, and 41% of selenium, all nutrients that seniors frequently lack. If you're over 65, have normal cholesterol, and don't have diabetes, eating up to 2 eggs a day appears safe and may even help you live longer if you follow a good eating plan. This is where the research reveals a totally different story. If you have diabetes, prediabetes, or high cholesterol, you need take special care. Several big studies have identified links between increasing egg consumption and increased health risks in patients with diabetes. A study of over 200,000 U.S. veterans found that eating just one egg per day was related with a slightly increased risk of heart attacks. This effect was most pronounced in diabetics and overweight individuals. A research from the China Health and Nutrition Survey that followed, 8,500 adults discovered that people who ingested one or more eggs per day had a 60% higher chance of acquiring diabetes than those who ate very few eggs. An examination of three major U.S. research, the Nurses' Health Study, Nurses' Health Study 2, and the Health Professionals Follow-Up Study, followed nearly 200,000 individuals for decades. They discovered that eating an additional egg per day increased the risk of acquiring type 2 diabetes by 14%. However, there is an essential detail here. These relationships did not hold across all populations. European research did not indicate the same level of risk. The link appears to be influenced by what people eat with their eggs and their general dietary habits. According to some research, eggs may raise the risk of cardiovascular disease for persons who already have diabetes. A systematic evaluation discovered that 4 out of 6 studies on cardiovascular risk in diabetics identified statistically significant relationships with egg consumption. But there is also evidence on the opposing side. Diabetes Canada published a research on patients with diabetes who ate 6 to 12 eggs per week. The researchers discovered no deleterious effects on cholesterol, triglycerides, fasting glucose, or insulin levels. The most secure approach based on current evidence. If you have diabetes, prediabetes, or high cholesterol, limit your intake of whole eggs to 3 or 4 per week.